guys, Jim from Cybertronic Studios here, and today I have something that I've been dying to bring myself and you guys. It's been on my must-buy at first sight list for the past 2 or 3 months, and I finally saw him, finally had the money, finally picked him up, and I can't wait to get him open and just take a look at him. Now first, let's take a quick look at the packaging. And here we have him in his oh wait, no, he's not in his packaging. Actually, yeah, I kind of could not wait to open this guy up, and immediately ripped into him after I filmed that bit. So what? I'm sorry, I'm not the most professional reviewer, but this is the packaging without him inside, and it's the Voyager class Transformers Generations boxes of the movie line, and I really dig this look. Look in here, you have your image of Optimus Prime. Unfortunately, he is not in this color. This is the color of the movie, and he is not accurate to that, which is a shame because I really loved the design of the movie. But still, G1 colors, can't complain about that. In the background, there you got some dino specs and such. On the side, the artwork continues. Transformers and that nice bold red lettering. Generations Voyager class, Series M4001. Here's the back of the box. There's Optimus in truck mode and his robot mode, which actually the paint scheme on this is different from the one there too. The beige isn't there, which I'm a fan of no beige. Here's the bio if you want to read it. There you go. Ion Cannon, also available as Grimlock, which I already reviewed. Authentic Transformers. And that's about it for the box. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the figure itself. And here I am immediately after I recorded that Not really. To be honest, it's been about a month since I filmed that last bit, and I am sorry. I've just had school, blah blah, excuses. Anyway, new update, new bed. It's cool, I need to make it, unfortunately. So that's going to be kind of messy in the background. But who cares? What you're really here for is Evasion mode Optimus in his vehicle mode. Yes, this looks like G1 Optimus. I wonder why. Yeah, the Hasbro decided to go the whole fan service route this time instead of the movie accurate route, and he is in G1 colors. Blue back, red front. Can't complain, I enjoy the G1 truck. Unfortunately, I really wish that this guy would have had a wide release in movie accurate colors and a more smaller release in the G1 colors. But still, the G1 colors are nice. Nice Hasbro silver. Autobot symbol right there. You got the blue along the back. Gray plastic smokestack. In the movie, he only has one, so that's the bit of movie accuracy, I guess. Yeah, unfortunately, no paint on the wheels, but some silver paint on the windows on the side, which is good because, you know, the more clear plastic, the not as so good it gets. Which is another issue I'll get onto later on. There are some panel lines across the front of this truck, which makes it look a little bit disjointed, especially at the windows. But it's not the worst panel lining I've ever seen, and it pulls it off pretty decently. I love the look of the grille and the headlights, and just everything looks nice. There's some nice rivets and details on the side there. Surprise, surprise, this Optimus comes with a weapon. Wow, an Optimus that has a gun. It doesn't really store in this truck mode unless you count the peg on the top as storage, which many people don't because it's not really stored. It's just like standing there, pew pew. You also have 2 pegs on his not feet. I just fired the missile. Right there and right there on the other side. Also, he has the pegs on the sides of the gun, so you can have him sideways on the top and then sideways on the back. Personally, I just put the gun to the side in this mode. And in fact, I'm not even a big fan of this gun for Optimus, and I'll tell you why later. But yes, this is a nice vehicle mode for lovely little old Optimus here. The blue and red suit him well, even though they're not quite movie accurate at all. Yeah, I enjoy this vehicle mode. Here he is compared with the beautiful car mode of Camaro Bumblebee. Decent scale, I'd say. Not perfect. You know, on a shelf, they look nice together. In case I do ever have them on a shelf together, that's a good thing to know. And now let's get him into robot mode. And here we have our Evasion mode Optimus in robot mode. The transformation is a bit fiddly, but my, is it a feat of engineering. He literally turns inside out. Oh, it was fantastic. It's fantastic, but fiddly. You gotta be careful, especially with the clear plastic. Get to that later as well. But yes, the transformation was very fun, and at least this robot, which is quite a nice looking robot. My goodness, this is the second best looking movie Optimus Prime figure ever. Second only to the Buster Optimus Prime, which I don't have, but it's gorgeous nonetheless. And love it or hate it, you've got to admire this head sculpt. It's so detailed. And it's all picked out in silver paint, which is nice. It's kind of globbed, but I don't care. It looks really extraordinary. Speaking of splotched with paint, the paint is kind of basic on this guy. That's really sad because of all of this very beautiful sculpted in detail. This is the movie Optimus from a G1 truck. And every cue is there, from the chest windows, little lights under there, to the crotch and upper thigh pieces, to the knee guards, and the feet. It's all there, and everything is sculpted gorgeously. Every single detail, gloriously detailed. But none of it is picked out in paint. The paint is just kind of splotched on there wherever it is. You know, it's just one color, other color, one color, other color. And that's kind of a shame. This figure really is a very beautifully sculpted piece. It still looks good in the colors, just not as well as it can. He has light piping in the eyes, but it's clear, so it's kind of bleh. Also, speaking of sculpted detail, I really also like how in the back you can see his trailer hitch, even though that's not actually his trailer hitch. This figure also shines in his articulation. My goodness. 360 at the arms, in and out with a nice kind of ratchety joint. Bicep swivel, a bend at the elbow, even though it kind of breaks the mold of the arm. The molded detail, it breaks. Still a nice elbow, nearly all the way up crunch. His wrists swivel, but they're a very tight swivel. His head is on a glorious joint. He has a ball joint right at the base of the head, and then he also has a pivoting forward and back neck. So he can get very expressive with his head movement, which is glorious. You can have him doing the whole, I am sending a message to space. Or you can have him, you are important, Sam. You know, there's a whole bunch of emotional possibilities with this head sculpt, which is beautiful. The head area is my favorite part of this figure. Moving down, you have forward and back at the thigh, in and out at the thigh, and this wheel is made to where it moves out of your way. The swivel at the thigh, kind of tight, but there. You get a decent 90-degree knee bend, and you get some pivoting motion in the feet. And the feet are big enough to where they can hold any real good stance. Plus, big bonus right here is the waist swivel. It's not needed for transformation or anything. I mean, it is purely there because Primus in the heavens loves us. This guy is an extremely posable figure. And that, combined with the beautiful sculpt, makes him just an extravagant figure. He's my favorite mainline figure to come out since Generation Springer. He also comes with this gun. And the story behind this gun is pretty much that this is Megatron's rifle from Dark of the Moon. And I don't have that figure, unfortunately. But the Voyager class Megatron can actually hold it in this handle via this peg. For that reason, since this gun technically wasn't made for this Optimus, he looks kind of weird holding it. You know, it's not the actual handle he's holding, and you know, yada yada yada. So I'm not really a big fan of this gun on this Optimus. Instead, I personally use a different gun. And this is completely up to you. But this is the Mech-Tech weapon from the Walmart exclusive Deluxe class Lunar Fire Optimus Prime. And while the shade of red is, you know, kind of off and different, I think that this gun works, although kind of heavy, beautifully with this Optimus. It kind of looks like the giant gun in the movie. So you can have him be all like, I'll kill you! Anyway, I personally like him with this gun because it actually looks like he's holding it. But he still doesn't look too bad with the gun that he comes with. Here he is compared to Generations Voyager class movie Grimlock. This is about the size you're going to get on your shelf, and they don't look bad together. This figure is fantastic. There is very little that I don't like about this figure, but there are some things I don't like about this figure. Main case in point, clear plastic. This entire chest section is clear plastic that's been painted red and silver. This bit of the arm is clear plastic right here, the windows. This entire piece right here on the back is clear plastic, and so while transforming him, he's already fiddly enough, but you also have to worry about the clear plastic in the main front of the vehicle, which you gotta be careful with. Since this hinge right here is clear plastic, I've heard some incidents of where this whole piece right here breaks off And I don't want that to happen because this is a glorious figure and I don't want him to break. Clear plastic is an issue with this guy, but not to the same extent as Bumblebee. But yeah, what are you gonna do? What you gonna do? Overall though, this figure is definitely worth getting. If you can find this guy at all, anywhere, Big Bad Toy Store, in your Walmart, in your Target, anywhere, in your Toys R Us Platinum packs, if you can find this mold in any shape or form, in any colors, any way you can get him, get him. He is a worthy part of your collection. He's a worthy part of any collection. He is one of my favorite movie toys of all time. I give him an A! Would be an A+ if he did not have the clear plastic issues. That's my review of this Optimus. I have another 2 reviews coming up. One is going to be filmed soon. The other is going to be a little ways off, and I keep putting it off. That's the retro review. But I have something bigger and better in store for you next time, which should be soon, because I'm going to be shooting and editing it about the same time. Let's just say that me Grimlock hungry.